Inventory levels have shocked us again. We're about to get into why, but first hit that like button and subscribe so you guys can get updates for all the real estate, new trends that are going on, and our article reviews. So earlier this year, we were at 1,700 homes active on the MLS, which is crazy low.
So low for the entire state.
Yes.
Absolutely low. And then started blossoming like crazy. 500 new active in addition to what was going under contract.
Yeah.
Was coming on weekly. And that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rates were rising in the springtime.
Yeah.
Buyers were pulling back. And it started to be one of the big indicators of what this correction was going to look like.
Yeah, and we could predict it with almost 100% certainty. We'd go, okay, next Monday it's going to be about, give or take a couple, 500 more than it was the last week.
Yep.
Holiday weekends would be a little less, but that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was 500 per week.
So we're climbing, and we looked at it and I did the math and I said, look, at this pace, we're going to be at 2000 level, all-time high inventory levels.
Yes.
By October or November if this trend continues.
You did say that.
And what was very interesting was they started to level off in the late summertime.
Yeah, so when interest rates took a little dip, all of a sudden inventory started to kind of stabilize. And then we saw interest rates go up again. And what happened? What happened when...
Well, we expected that little blip where inventory went down for the week when interest rates went into the 4s in the beginning of August, but it has stayed at about 9,500 homes for going on 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
And this is so important because one of the things we look at and economists look at for trends on is how much prices are going to go down, is how much inventory is available for the buyers. And so 9,500 homes, you guys, just to put that in perspective for you, for the whole state of Utah that are for sale, that is still a seller's market.
Yeah.
That's about a 3-month supply of homes if no new homes come on the market. So we need it to be probably closer to about 1,400 to 1,500 active homes for it to be kind of more a favorable buyer's market.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's still kind of a buyer's market right now with low inventory because a lot of buyers are standoffish. But this is great news for people who are hoping that prices don't crash. Because inventory levels are a huge indicator of what the future of our market looks like.
So Justin, if it would have continued at that pace and say we were at 14,000 active homes on the MLS right now, what would that most likely do to our housing prices?
It would make them go down at least 5% more than what they are now. Sellers, the reason being because sellers would be panicking. They would be realizing this trend. And I remember a lot of realtors early on, they were like, oh, this homes just take longer to sell. This is the new market. But when inventory is going up that fast, that is not just a trend. That is, that's not just a new market. That is a trend showing you that so many buyers have pulled back. But the reason, I'll let you explain this, why do you think we're not getting more homes on the market? Why is inventory not increasing? Why are sellers not putting their house on the market?
I would say it's because most of them are locked in at a 2 or 3% something interest rate. And I mean, I'm just going to say I'm one of them. I wouldn't want to sell right now. I wouldn't want to refinance right now unless I had a really good reason to.
And you're one of those people that would probably like to move right now, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate my house. Yeah.
Right. So there's so many people like you that want to move. But then when you do the math and you give up your low interest rate for one now in the mid 5s or high 5s, you would much rather stay where you're at. And that was one of our questions we asked. We said, is this going to hit a level where inventory is going to rise to 14, 15, 16, 17, 20,000 homes? Or are we going to hit that level where just not enough sellers want to sell because they don't want to trade that low interest rate? And you guys, we've officially hit that. So for all you doomsdayers, for all you people that are saying that it's going to crash like it did in 2008, it's going to be a bigger crash than 2008. No, it's not. No, it's not, especially if inventory stays at 9,500. Now, I'm not going to go on and say like if rates go to 7%, that's not going to turn it back to a more doomsday scenario. Yeah, that would be bad for our market. That would be bad for our economy, right? certain global things could happen with a giant recession. And if everyone got unemployed and laid off, that's going to be a factor. But right now, the stabilization of inventory is a huge, huge sign that what we've been saying the last few weeks, this is more of a little blip, and the bottom is basically here or close to here. It's going to happen this fall versus the giant crash that your friends and family and blah, 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 everyone else is saying is happening.
100%. Make sure you guys check out our next week's Market Watch Wednesday, and thanks again. Make sure you like and subscribe.